EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That's fine. Yeah.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Rodgers now to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, 31 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now Ryan. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
25! Get up! Wait!
From the gun, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. To throw is Ryan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Green Bay Packers getting the ball back here. But I wanted to ask you to kind of assess 2018 for them, because you think back to the midway point, they're under 500. Even some of their wins have been, I don't know if you want to call it a little uninspiring, but what do you make of their season?
Good word, because Chicago had to come back, and that was Aaron Rodgers coming back from injury in that game to win that one on opening night. San Francisco at home on a Monday night game. Everybody thought they'd blow them away, and they really struggled in that one. But the better teams that they've played them very tough, been very competitive, haven't been able to get over the hump against them. Here's the question, though. Are they wasting number 12's best years? Talk about Aaron Rodgers. Do they have the right personnel around him? They drafted 3 rookie receivers this year, waiting for them to make an impact to try and supplant or supplement the guys they already have. They need those guys to get going and in a hurry.
Now it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, where are going? Look at you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jimmy Graham, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10.
Next one. Hey, check 26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, first and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. To throw is Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
That's fine, yeah.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Kenny Clark forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, Charles, a year ago at this time, I asked you what your Thanksgiving plans were, so I got a funny answer out of you last year. I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
I'm trying to figure out exactly what time I kick everyone out of my house so I can just hunker down and watch what's left of the football schedule. That's what I want to know.
Oh, come on. Your mother-in-law is coming in. It's going to be a great time at the Davis household.
Well, she can stay as long as she wants. She's family. But everyone else,
get out.
They have an expiration time.
What about the dogs?
50-50. Depends on how they act that day.
Well, when things go awry, you can just get in the car and head out for the airport because you got a game that weekend.
I certainly do. I will be headed to Charlotte, Seattle at Carolina that Sunday. Looking forward to that one. But even while I'm jesting a little bit about people being at the house, some of you I'm not jesting about. Hurry up and get out.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Hey, check 26.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Third and long. It's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 8 yards out. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I bet you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Let's go, come on. All right.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You reset. Hey, easy.
And with a play clock about to expire, Mike McCarthy's going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Over here.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out, and I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
third down. Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A give to Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. The give is to Jones. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Now Jones spins away. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Hey, let's go.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 67 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ready. Back 25. Right.
Coleman now. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Get up.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Ryan. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Ryan on 1st down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
22!
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Let's go. Hey, Tuesday.
This time Ryan will throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Tuesday. 21. Hey, express.
On 2nd down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run for it. It's Freeman. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the 1st down with a couple of yards to spare.
Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here.
Under pressure, and